Hi, my name is Bob Bennett. I'm an attorney in Houston, Texas. And we are making a video today so that you, the student at the University of Munst, would learn something and we can tell you something about the common law program as it's carried out in Houston, Texas. And to make sure you have firsthand experience about what's going on with this program, let me introduce my friend.
Andreas. I'm a law student from Munst University, and right now I'm doing an internship here at Mr. Bennett's law firm in Houston, Texas.
And so the question is, why should you come to Houston, Texas for your common law program? And there are a number of reasons for that, including if you like unusual weather. We have probably some of the hottest weather that you'll encounter. So when you're looking at your program and looking at what quarter to come, maybe not do like Andres did and come in the heat of summer, but think about coming in January or February. So Andres, why did you decide to come to Houston?
I decided to come to Houston, Texas because first line I wanted to come to the US, and then I thought about around the US, and Texas seemed very interesting. And we got from our FFA office a list of many attorneys in the US and in Texas. And Mr. Bennett's law firm seemed very interesting to me due to his type of law he's practicing here in Texas. And yeah, it looked very nice. So I applied to it. And
here you are.
Here you are.
That's great. That's great. So there's some questions that some of you have sent in, or some of you may know want answered, some questions you may want answered, and so we're going to answer those questions.
Yeah, due to our program in Münster, we have to do such an internship, and common law is very different to our German civil law. So I've chosen Houston, Texas to do it, to see, for example, the American jury system or how a trial is going on here. Why did I choose the United States? The United States are very different than Germany, especially here you can find the American way of life. I'm very interested in this to see why people and in which way people are thinking different and doing some things different. Right now there are political stuff with Syria is going on and people are talking about it's different than in Germany. So it's very interesting to see both parts at the same time. And why did I choose Houston? Yeah, I'm very interested in sports. So Houston is a city of sports, like Houston Texans in football are very famous and a good team. I ever wanted to see baseball. You can see it here with the Houston Astros. I didn't have the chance to see the Houston Rockets, the basketball team, because I'm here at the wrong time. So August, September, the NBA season had not started yet, so if you're coming in March, for example, or in February, their season is going on, so it would be a good time. And yeah, also Houston is a city of huge diversity, so it's very big, but many different ethnics living in it. And yeah, it's very interesting to see a big difference to Germany here.
Well, if the German law student was interested in diversity, not only in the city, but also in the law practice, this would be an excellent choice because we do both criminal and civil work. We've tried both civil and criminal jury trials. Our area of specialization, though, deals with licensing. And in Texas, if you're a professional, doctor, lawyer, accountant, whatever, you have to have a license, and so we represent these professionals in their licensing issues. In fact, today, Andres and I are going to drive to Austin, where we have a hearing tomorrow before the Texas Board of Law Examiners for a law student who's trying to get her license, and there's some issues there. So that's typical of some of the cases that we handle. We also try to get the law student to meet judges, to go to different courts. We're located downtown, so you get to go to the criminal courts, the civil courts, the federal courts, the state courts, and even if you want to, the municipal courts. So we have a wide range of cases that you'll be exposed to.
Yeah, and I think it's an easy process. So we have the chance on Munster to get a list from our FFA office where internships from former times are stated with the email address or telephone number. So we get the chance to see which internships were successful, and we can see there's a wide range of different types of law, and you can choose what you're interested in. And Mr. Bennett's law firm. I'm interested, for example, in the medical part he's doing, the criminal part, and yeah, I applied. I wrote my cover letter and resume, and I think I've sent it over the postal way, but it's also possible by email. So don't be scared. It's an easy process.
Well, we have kind of a joke in Texas that nobody comes to Houston for the weather or the scenery, even though we're the fourth largest city in the United States and actually number 1 or 2 in port tonnage. So we have a huge port here, so a lot of things are going on. But it is a hot city. If you're here in the summer, temperatures can get over 100 degrees. And so probably the best time is in February, March, during that time period, during that break in your school in Munster. The exciting thing that's going on during that time is you get to be a real cowboy or cowgirl if you want to. The world's largest rodeo is in Houston and goes on for about 2 or 3 weeks. So that'll give you a chance to go out there and ride a bull or see a calf rope or walk and see all the livestock. So you can almost pretend you're, again, a cowboy or a cowgirl if you come in February or March.
Different to that what Mr. Bennett just said. So you are challenged by utterly weather conditions. I think Mr. Bennett said 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I say it's about 35 degrees Celsius. So it's different and very hot compared to Germany. But in first line, I think it's the humidity, which is say crazy. It's very different. I've never seen a place like that. And but after a few days, you get used to it. Maybe you have to wear a suit. So sometimes it's kind of hard, but it also makes fun to see how you react to the weather. And like I said, after a few days, it's fine. Yeah, the objective, I think, in Germany, it's an additional program we are doing. So in first line, we are doing German law. So it's additional. It means we should get an insight into the American trial system here. An insight means go to the court, see what's going on, see what the judge is doing. For example, the judge is more like a moderator here. He does not make the decision on his own in the end. He gives this task to the jury. He makes the instructions to the jury, say what the jury should do, and the verdict in the end is made by the jury. So that's very different to Germany, and you get to see how this system works here, and you can compare it for yourself with Germany, see the differences, and for example discuss it with Mr. Bennett. What he thinks about it, because for him it's normal. His whole lifetime he did the American way of law and not the German. So it's interesting to see how the Americans are thinking about it. I think the jury is very important for them. It's maybe part of their feeling of life to take part in their own jurisdiction.
Let me also talk about that just for a moment. We've been doing this internship with the University of Munst now for about 10 years. Usually get 1 or 2 students a year that come over either during the summer or in the early spring. And what we really try to do is make sure they get an exposure, like Andres was talking about, to every aspect of the legal system here. A few days ago we had lunch with one of the state district court judges. Andres went along with me and had an opportunity to sit down one-on-one with the judge, talk to him, get his viewpoints. Yesterday we actually engaged in a law seminar. We had 125 attorneys come to a seminar, and some of the other interns and Andres helped put that on, hand out things, talk to the attorneys. And so I'm not too sure where you could go and get such a wide range of experiences and get to see so much in such a short time of how the American legal system operates.
So there are different points in summary. I think the wide range of legal authorities, the diversity of Houston, and the personal care of Mr. Bennett himself and his staff, I would say, establishes his law firm, Bob Bennett and Associates, as the right choice for a law student from Munst, Germany, to come to Houston, to the US, to do your FFA internship in a common law jurisdiction.
I've been to Germany twice, and I really think it's one of the outstanding countries in the world. Beautiful, beautiful country. But Houston is not like southern Germany with all the mountains and the scenic beauty. So you need to be prepared for the fact that you're coming to a very large city. We try to make arrangements for a place for you to stay that's close to our office. You'll be shocked to learn that there's really not much mass transportation, so that's an issue. You need to be aware that we're pretty casual, and there's not going to be any really cold spells, and so you have to dress accordingly. I think you'll find the cuisine in Houston rivals any place in the world. You can find almost anything you want to eat. And Andres, let me just ask you this. Any other sort of practical tips for the German student coming here as far as where they stay or clothes they bring, or any other incidental personal things?
Okay. Yeah, I've stayed in the France cottage hostel on 1818 Luburg. I think it's a good place because it's very close to the office. Like, it's a 20-minute walk in the morning. Okay, it's the weather is challenging, but after a few days, maybe you can have a drink at Starbucks. So that's fine. Especially when you see Houston is a very, very big city, and when you look up hostels in the internet, I think it's the best choice. Don't expect too much, but for its price, it's a good stay. And one more thing, I learned it just after a week maybe. You can, in Houston downtown, you have the underground tunnel system. That means the biggest part of downtown has a system underground which is air conditioned, so you can go from one skyscraper to the another, and it's a good thing after a walk of 20 or 30 minutes to cool up yourself, have a drink, and then go to the office. You look like fresh, and the weather is fine then.
One other thing that I was thinking about, Andres, if you were now coming over here for the first time and trying to prepare, get ready, think of your itinerary, think about some other trips, maybe think about something to bring or something not to bring. And we'll do this in German just for you, Mr. or Miss German law student, so that you will know exactly what to do when you come over.
Schönen guten Tag. Was braucht ihr, wenn ihr nach Houston kommt? Ich denke, es bezieht sich darauf, bleibt man hier nur für die Arbeit, like also für 4 Wochen, um jeden Tag ins Office zu gehen, oder macht man noch den ein oder anderen Aufenthalt in einer anderen Stadt hinten dran. Fürs Erstere, man kann nur 23 Kilo in den Koffer reintun, 2 Anzüge, etliche Hemden, Krawatten und vor allem Anzugsschuhe sind sehr, sehr schwer. Ist also nicht viel Platz für was anderes. Ich würde 2 oder 3 Kilo freilassen, Sachen wie T-Shirts oder die ein oder andere Hose, Pullover. Hier sind viele Malls, man kann hier vieles kaufen, also bloß nicht zu viel mitnehmen von zu Hause. Man wird es hier nicht brauchen. Pullis, Jacken ohne Probleme zu Hause lassen. Zu den Trips, die man hier machen kann, also ich denke, es ist schon vernünftig, mal aus Houston rauszukommen. Ich habe das Vergnügen, jetzt heute mit Mr. Bennett für eine Übernachtung nach Austin zu fahren. Morgen kommt dann noch ein Freund von mir nach Austin, sodass man noch einen Tag mehr da hat. Austin soll eine tolle Stadt sein, auch für junge Leute. Deswegen bin ich da mal sehr gespannt. Letztendlich ist es ziemlich hart, wenn man die ganze Woche am Arbeiten ist, am Wochenende zum Beispiel einen 2-Tagestrip nach San Antonio zu machen. Das soll auch sehr empfehlenswert sein. Wenn man hier länger bleiben will, beispielsweise für 2 Monate, was ich mir immer gewünscht hätte, wäre mal in den Westen von Texas zu fahren, wo in Anführungsstrichen die Cowboys wirklich früher waren. Oder ans Meer, an Golf von Mexiko, ist sicherlich auch ganz interessant. Und ja, so eine einfache Entscheidung. Houston ist eine super Wahl. Bob Bennett ist ein klasse Typ und vor allem durch wirklich sein persönliches Bemühen, jedem hier einen wirklich schönen Aufenthalt zu machen, ist das die richtige Entscheidung, hier hinzugehen.
I didn't understand all of that. Well, I didn't understand any of it. However, let me sort of conclude this by saying that on the screen is our website, also the website for AVO. Those 2 sites will give you a good instruction, good information about what we do here. I also want to say that we've had both female and male interns here. And in the 10 years we've been doing this, we've never had an issue of security or any incident. Houston's a safe city. We make sure our interns are taken care of. We want to know where you are 24 hours a day. If you do take a side trip or want to go somewhere else, we want to know where you are to make sure you are safe and make sure nothing happens. I guess finally, you need to understand that Texas is a very big state. So if you're planning on taking a trip to San Antonio or Austin, that's not something you can do easily. There's not really a train to take. So you have to rent a car or plan ahead. And many times those type of trips take a full day. And then if you want to travel in the United States, you also are talking about a full day, if not more, of travel in order to get to where you want to go. If you want to leave Houston to go to San Francisco or New York. So plan accordingly to take some time to get where you're going. So finally, we would welcome your internship application and happy to talk to you and happy to answer any questions you may have. And with that, come see us in Texas.